Firstly, I'm going to explain when to go up a gear. You use the tach to know when to change up a gear. You know which one's the tach because it's got RPM written on it, which means revolutions per minute. Don't confuse it with the speedometer, which is this one here, which has miles per hour and kilometers per hour written on it. The tach is done in thousands, so although it says 10, 20, 30 here, that actually means 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. As you can see, it says RPM times 100. I think the reason why they do this is to stop them putting all these zeros in here, which will make it look a mess. So they get rid of the zeros and just put times 100 down there. But that's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, etc. So here's your tach. Now as I start moving, the revs will gradually build up to 2,000 RPM. When they get near 2,000 RPM like they are now, I know it's time to go up to the next gear. So I'm currently in gear 1 and I'm going to go to gear 2. As I went to gear 2, the revs drop back down. As I accelerate some more, the revs start to build again. As they get near 2,000 RPM again, I know I need to go up a gear again. So now I'm in gear 2, I know I need to go up to gear 3. So I got up to gear 3 and the revs drop back down again. And you basically just keep doing this until either you stop accelerating or you get to the top gear. When you're moving away uphill, instead of changing gear at 2,000 RPM, try changing up at maybe 2,500 or 3,000. This will give you more power and help you up the hill. As I'll demonstrate here, as I move away, I let the revs build to 2.5 to 3, and then I go up to the next gear. This helps me get up the hill, gives me more power. More revs, these are revs, equals more power. Changing gear when the revs are higher will also help you accelerate more quickly. As I'll demonstrate now, I'm going to try and get to 25 miles an hour very quickly. You may have to do this if you're pulling out at a busy roundabout. So, no one's coming, I'm going to go. Up to 25 miles an hour, revs are above 4,000 RPM, but because I didn't have to change gear all the way up to 25 miles an hour, I could continue accelerating and get to that speed very quickly. If the car seems to be struggling and it's a very low powered car, maybe raise the revs by 500 across the board. So instead of keeping it between 1 and 2,000 RPM, keep it between 1,500 and 2,500 RPM. Now how about when to change down a gear? When you're slowing down, the revs will get to below 1,000 RPM. The car does not like to be below 1,000 RPM. So when this happens, go down a gear and that will bring the revs back up again. It's your job to keep the revs between 1 and 2,000 RPM. So basically, when the revs get to 2,000 RPM, you go up a gear, and when the revs are below 1,000 RPM, you need to go down a gear. If you keep the engine between 1 and 2,000 RPM, the car's going to be happy. If the car is juddering like this, or even a minor bit of juddering, it means your gear is too high. Go down a gear, and that should sort the problem. However, if you're stopping, don't worry about the gears. After all, the gears don't help you stop, they only help you go. As long as you get the clutch down by 1,000 RPM, you'll stop just fine. If you're focusing on the gears when you're trying to stop, that'll actually distract you from doing a good stop. So your attention will be on the gears and it won't be on your steering and your braking to make sure you stop in a good place. The saying goes, brakes are for slowing and gears are for going. If after you've slowed down you want to continue, select the gear that's best for your speed. So if your speed is between 15 and 25 miles an hour, choose gear 3. If your speed is between 5 and 15 miles an hour, choose gear 2. And if your speed is below 5 miles an hour or walking pace, choose gear 1. Check out parts 1 and 2 of the video to know how to move the gear stick and how to change gear smoothly. And please subscribe if you want to get my latest videos to help you learn how to pass the UK driving test.